Hi everyone, welcome to Rdbms lab. So here we'll be seeing 6 case studies overall. So already in the previous video I have showed you how the connection works and all these things. Today I'm just going to give a demonstration of the different systems and how they work basically. Okay, so first we will go with the library management system. So what we will do here is you can just open the file what I have given to you. Already I have shared it in the drive with you. Okay, so first we will go with the library management system. Okay, so what we have to do is go to the Visual Studio. Go to the Visual Studio 2008 version, open it. File, go to open. Just go for the file and search where your files are located. So if you see here on my desktop, I have kept my different files in the location called working files, right? So this is a zip file. So there's one more folder, yeah, working programs. Okay, so I'll go here. So first I'll select the library file and I will just open the file. So here you can see I have given the table structure also separately in the notepad view. Okay, so I'll just open this library system here. Okay, so I'll just open it. Okay, fine. So now if you see the library system project has been opened. So if you see the form design, right? So this is the basic form design. And these are all the operations that are happening. Okay, so this we have designed. So I'm not going into the design part, as already we have seen the design part in the next previous video. Okay, so here if you see there is an issue ID, book name, member ID, issue date, return date. So what's the function? And this is a grid box. And what are the functionalities we are doing is adding, saving, delete, clear and exit. So if you just do a double click on the form, right? So you can see the code for this. So this is the code which I have given already. So this is Oracle connection. Already Oracle connection, everything we have done here. So thing is, I just have to make sure that username and password that I'm using is proper with the database. So here if you see my Oracle's this is actually ORCL, and for my system the username here is Scott and Tiger. I have given like that, but in your system it might vary. Okay, so this is the connection. Whenever the form loads, establish the connection. That is what it says, right? So next is this is actually to display the data in the grid box, right? So this is a grid box where the data has to be displayed. So from where it has to display is select star from issue. Issue is nothing but a table name that actually we have created. Okay, so now I'll just minimize this Visual Studio. If you go into the library system, right, library system, you can see a library table here. So I'll just do a double click on the library table. What I will do here is I have to create a database, right? So what is so the name of the table here is issue. Okay, so I'll just copy this thing. Okay, so if you see here, issue ID is primary key here, then B name, that is a book name, then member ID, I date, that is an issuing date, and R date for returning date. So what I'll do here is I'll just copy this code here. Okay, and I will just go to the Oracle SQL Plus. So how do you open that Oracle SQL Plus? So this is the Oracle SQL Plus, where I'll go and put it like Scott and, but in your system it might vary. Okay, actually I have done already whatever the required connections here. So for if you want to, if you are starting with a new connection and all this thing, you just refer my previous big video of complete designing with the form and all this thing, like Rdbms lab video. Just look at that. Okay, so I'll just put it here. So the table is created. Okay, so now if you see description, issue, which gives the basic table structure here. So issue ID, book name, member ID, I date and return date, issue date and return date. So database is successfully created. Select star from issue. If I give it like this, right, so there is no data in the table. Okay, table name is issue. Okay, so what I'll do here basically here is, so we are going into the Visual Studio. Okay, so I'll just brief you what we are doing. So select star from issue says that from issue table bring in and display the data into the where data grid. Okay, so next code is, so this is for the data grid, right? So data grid has, so issue ID, this is a text box names, right? B name is a text box name, member ID is a text box name. How do you say that? Because if you click on this text box, right, so here if you go to the design part, right, the name is ISID. So this is the name. So for the book name, if you see, the name is B name. Where do you give this? For this properties under the design and name is a book name. So this is what is being referred here, right? This is what is being referred as IS. So issue ID should be displayed in cell 0 in the grid box. Book name in cell 1. So book 2 in cell 2 and all these things. So issue date. So this is, so how many rows are there? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a number of rows, cells, that is a columns that are available. Okay, so main thing what we are doing here is, so here is issue date got focus. So if issue date got focus means set the today's date, and return date should be automatically calculated as today date dot and 15 days from today. So this is what it basically says. So whenever you do it on the issue date got focus, this should happen. And this is a clear and this is a add. Very important thing to be noted here is, this is a save click. Okay, so save is nothing but actually here is the part we are entering the values into the database. Okay, so we are using a try catch block here. Try if issue ID, book name, member ID, issue date, return date, everything is there. Then what you have to do is insert. Okay, so create a connection and insert the values, insert into the issue. Issue is nothing but a table name, which is the database, where you have to enter whatever the text, whatever the fields are there, right? ISID.text is a text box. So this is a text box, right? So whatever we are entering into this 5 text boxes, whenever I click save, it has to go and save into the database. This is what it basically says. Okay, so I will, so if there is an error, so it will show this else message or an exception. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll quickly save it and run the program here. So I got so I can see this, the program is running. So I'll just enter the issue ID as something like a I1. Okay, or anything, you can give it anything. Okay, I'll just give it as a I1 here. Then book name is, let us give it as a Java. Then member ID is M1. Issue date, see, if I go here and click tab, right, for everything I had to click tab. Whenever I go there, right, what's the date today? It is 7 December. So we are getting a 7 December issue date. When the issue date got focus, get the today's date, and return date, what is the return date? 15 days from today is the return date. So I'll just click here, save here. So it is saved successfully. So if you see on my database, all these things, so issue ID, book name, member ID, everything is got it, right? So if I want to suppose okay, let us go with add with another issue date I2. Okay, so let us say book name is a C++, then member ID is M2. When I click tab, right, so issue date got focus. When it gets focused, so 7 December is today's date, and I'll just save the data. It is saved successfully. If I want to delete the date, so the add is basically what clear is to clear the fields. Add is basically what we are trying to do is whenever I click add, it is just focusing on the first value where you can just start typing the things here. Okay, I want to delete something, just click here, the data will come here. So just delete it. Okay, I want to delete, yeah, the record got successfully deleted. So let us verify whether the data is there in the database here. So if I just put it here, just see it, very good, right? So I1, Java, M1, so this is only one record we are having right now. So this is what is getting displayed. Okay, so this is the, so this is what it is, right? So I'll just exit this program so that it stops. Okay, So this is basically what we have done successfully is a library management system here. Okay, fine. Okay, next what we will do here is actually a student management system I have given you in detail in the previous video itself. So we are not going into that. Okay, so we'll just go with the third case study here. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll just close this and fine. So we'll just take a Word document and refer, right? Just a minute. Okay, so here first case study is library management system, which we have successfully completed. Okay, so next what we will do here is so student mark sheet processing, the case study 2, which already I have given you in detail, right, from complete designing to everything. Okay, in the previous video itself, so that you can refer it. Okay, I'll share the previous video link also to you. Okay, fine. So we will just move to the third case study here. So the third case study is basically a banking transaction. Okay, so how the bank works and what is the transactions that are happening in the bank. Okay, so procedure and everything is same for that. Okay, so I'll just go into the I'll just quickly go into the thing here. So this is what the table structure basically, right? So create a table, so bank, okay, where account number is the primary key, then ACID is the account ID, then CNAME is a customer name, PVAL is a present balance, then you have a account type, amount, date, current balance. So these are the basic structure here of a database. So this is how it looks like. So here what we have is we have a labels, we have a text boxes. One unique thing what we have is a radio buttons here. So this is the element, that you can find it in the toolbox of a VS Code, Visual Studio. Okay, so here what we are basically trying to do here is I just open the first what we have to do here is I'll just go into the working program. Okay, so okay, so I'll just close this. Okay, don't say. Okay, so we are looking at the banking operations here. So here I have given the banking table, right? What we'll do quickly here is okay, so I'll just copy and paste it so that I'm going to create a banking database of this structure, right? So I'm going into the database. Very good. So table is created. So what is the name of the table here? It is a bank. Okay, so when I give DESC bank, what happens? So this is what the table structure is. So it has account number, account ID. So here account number is the primary key because this is how uniquely we refer, which is not. Okay, so account type, all these things are there. So now what we will do here is we'll go into the Visual Studio 2008 version here. So I'll just go and open the file here. So here if you see on my desktop, so this is located working programs. So this is a banking system. I'll just open it quickly here and I'll do a double click on this thing so that okay, this gets open. So okay, so now I have to open it. Okay, so now if you come to the form design, right? So this is basically a form design for the banking operations here. Okay, so what we'll do here is, so I'll just go into the banking thing. So the same thing here, we are also following the database connection. Here one thing is database name I had to change according to it. Okay, ORCL, then user ID is Scott and I have a password as Tiger. Okay, this is done. So next what we are trying to do here is select star from bank, okay, and order by account number. That is according to order number it has to see, this is actually a display operation. Okay, so to fill it in the grid box. Okay, so select star from bank is a table name here. So this is what a database command we are running here. Okay, and fill the grid box with the thing. This is what we are doing. And grid box consists of how many fields is account number, account ID. So this and database value should exactly match or else you will get an error here. Okay, So these are all the text boxes, right? So whatever we get it in the text box account number, fill it in this fields. So cell 0, cell 1, cell 2, and all these things of a grid view. Next, what we are doing is add is just a clearing everything, just focus on the account number. Whenever you click add, it has to go and focus on the account number. This is a very important operation here, save. So what we are doing here is, if account number is present, account ID is present, all these things are present, okay. And then what it has to go here, also we have to give some data connections here. Just a minute. For CL, okay, then we have a Scott and Tiger, okay. Okay, so yeah. So we are actually giving all the values here, okay. So updated successfully, this should happen. Next is update. Update is for updating. So how do you update? Set customer name, because in the banking operation only you can update the customer name. Other transactions are all are all dynamic, right? So transaction you cannot go and edit. So in update option, only update what you can do is only you can change the customer name. So this is the very info. The customer name whose account number is this. Only this you can change. Other things you cannot change here. Okay. Clear as to clear. Yeah. Very important thing is this is for the radio button, right? So account type. Whenever the account type get focused, so I'll just come here. See, whenever account type get focused, what it has to do? Debit, credit. Okay, so which type of account it has to select. So accordingly, okay. So suppose I'm selecting this radio button with, accordingly it has to show on the account type. This is what is basically it is showing it. Okay. Then what it has to do? Then amount lost focus. That means, okay. So if the balance is lesser than the entered, if current amount is lesser than the present balance, then it should show an error, or else it has, okay. Then next thing what happens is, today's date it has to focus. Then what is the current balance? Okay, so current balance is current balance. I'll just run the program and show you and how it works. Okay, so then you will understand this concept here. Okay, so I'll just quickly run this program here. So first account number, okay, so I'm just giving something like A1, okay. Then account transaction number, I'm just trying to give it as a T1. Then name is nothing but something like Raju. Then previous balance, he's having 1000 rupees. Okay, I want to debit in the sense, so I can click any option. Okay, the debit in the sense, I'm from the previous balance 1000 rupees, I'm just trying to remove some amount here, right? So when I do it and click on the account type, what I see here is automatically debit is getting focused on the account type, because okay, now I want to extract in 100 rupees okay, 100 rupees from 1000. So then what should be the current amount? Should be, when you just lost focus from the enter amount, exactly you see what happened. So current amount is 900. Very good, right? So 1000 rupees. So whenever I remove 100 rupees, what happens? 900 rupees is the current amount. So what I do is I just save it here, updated successfully. So you just see here. So this is successfully updated in this part. Okay. Suppose similar way, if I want to update something, how do I update something? So only, as I told you, only you can update the name of the customer. Okay, so other thing I cannot update here, so I'll just clear the thing. Then what I have to do is I want to, suppose I want to add a new value also, so let us also do that here. I'll just click add here. So it is showing account number, so A2. So okay, so so transaction number is T2. Okay, next is account number is yeah, we can give a something like Kareem. Okay, so previous balance he's having as a 20,000. Okay, I want to credit in the sense I want, so see, I want to debit the amount from 2000. From 2000, if I want to debit, suppose if I enter the amount here, right? So more than 2000. So the balance I have here is 2000 rupees. I'm just trying to extract 2500 rupees. So then, whenever I get lost focus, you just see amount should be less than the previous balance. So I'm getting an error here, right? So this is the exception it is throwing. Okay. So so the amount what I can enter here is, for example, 1900. So 1900, yes, I can remove it whenever I go. So current amount, how much is the balance you have? 100 rupees. So I'll just save this record here, updated successfully. Okay. So here, by mistake for Raju, I have to update something. Okay. So what I can do is I can click on this record. Then instead of Raju, his name is Raj. Okay. So I'll just change it here and I'll just update it. Yes, you want to update the record? Yes. Now if you just go and check in this thing, current, if you see his name is updated in the database. So let us also check in the database. How do you check? Select star from bank. Okay. So you can just see A1 Raj, A2 is Kareem. So this is what we can see the details here. Okay. Clear screen. Okay. So okay. Now we'll just exit this program. I hope you understood this concept very clearly, right? So thank you, and we will move to the next case study here. Okay. So the next case study, what we are going to see here is case study 4. Okay, case study 4, which is nothing but a payroll processing system basically. Okay, we are going to look at the payroll processing system. So just a minute. Okay, fine. So payroll processing system is the employee payroll processing system. The same what we are going to do here is, okay. So this is what the table basically here is. Okay, so we'll just keep it as it is. Okay, what we will do here is, so I will just go and open this file here. Yeah, just a minute. Okay, so this is a payroll system. So here is the payroll table that I have given it to you. Okay, so I'll just quickly create the table here with the thing. Okay. So in the SQL, I'll go and create the table. Okay. So now we'll see the table detail description. What is the name of the table? Payroll. So if you see here, employee number, name. So employee number is here is a primary key. Okay, which is not null. Okay. Then what are the things you have is a name of the employee, designation, date of joining, basic, DA, HRA, CCA, and all these things. So when you enter all this value, something has to be calculated and you should get the output there, right? Yeah. So this is what we'll just quickly see here. Okay. So I just go to, what I have to do is I have to go to the Visual Studio Code. I mean Visual Studio 2008. Okay. From here I'll just go and open. Okay, I just go open and file. So where my file is located in desktop, so it is located in working programs. So I have a payroll new one. This is the file name. So I just open this payroll system here. Okay, it's showing me an error, some warning. Okay, I'll accept the warning. So if you go to the form design, so this is what its payroll system is basically, a form that is there. Okay, so I just do a double click on the form. Okay. So here, if you see here, so I have to change the database name according to what is required, right? So here it should be ORCL. So then I have to give it as a Scott and I have to give it as a Tiger. In your system, it might vary. Okay. So we'll just quickly go through this, what we are doing. So whenever the form loads, like similar one, it has to connect to the database. Next, what it has to do, to display in the grid box, right? So select star from payroll. an order by employee number. So basically employee number is the is your primary key, so it has to order by employee number there. Okay, so that's what it says. Okay, and it has to fill in the, where it has to fill, data should be filled in our data grid. So this is the basic concept here we are doing it. Okay, next is in the grid view. In a similar way, whatever the text boxes we get, data in the text box we get, it has to put in the grid boxes. So EMP number, the text is nothing but a these are all the text boxes. Whatever the data is there in the text box, go and fill it in the cell rows. This is what it basically says. Okay, fine. So next, add is just a dummy one. Okay, so just to clear everything, and we want to add a fresh value, so it has to focus on the employee number. Okay, next, this is the very important and functional part of the program. So what we are doing, so I want to save the value, right? So saving in the sense, we have to check employee number, e-name, everything is there. Okay, if everything is there, then what you have to do here is insert into the payroll. So payroll is nothing but what? So this is the database name, right? So insert into database, so employee number, name, all these data it has to enter, then update it successfully, or else it has to ask for enter the employee number, something exception. Okay, update in the sense, what we can update is, so update in the sense, what we are trying to do here is we are trying to update some value. Okay, so how do you update basically? So update payroll, set name is equal to e-name and all this thing, right? So that means what it says, so set name is equal to employee name, designation, whatever we are updating, right? You can update it here. And what we have to do basically here is where employee number, right? So I'll just show here, where employee number is equal to employee.tick. That means this is the this is basically is nothing but what? So this is the primary key here. So for this employee number, I can change, I can update any values I want. In a similar way, deleting in the sense, if I want to delete, I have to delete the full record of an employee. So how do you do that? So delete from payroll where employee number is equal to this. That's all. So it gets deleted. So this is the basic concept and clearing. Okay. Yeah, very important thing here is here basic lost focus. So whenever it's from the basic, the focus is lost, right? So what it has to do, it has to calculate the DA, HRA, CA and get all the values and show all the values, right? So this is the basic calculation part here. This is located. Okay, so I'll just quickly save it and I'll run the program here so that you can understand how it works. So payroll system, here I'll just give it as a E1 as an employee number. Then I can give it as a Kareem as the name of the employee. Designation is techie. Okay, date of joining is second. You can give any format, that's fine. July to 21. Okay, so he's getting a basic salary of what? 10,000, let us say. And when I just do a lost focus tab, when I press a tab here, what happens? You see the magic. So whenever it comes out of it, HRA, DA, all these things, okay, are getting calculated. So where this, and I just have to save this value, so update it successfully. So this value has been successfully updated, right? Fine, got it. So in a similar way, what I'll do is I'll add one more employee, E2. So name can be like Raju, designation can be like a teacher, and what is the date of joining? Maybe like 9/5/2020, and his basic salary, let us say 20,000. Whenever I do the lost focus from the basic, all these things getting calculated, right? So I can just save the value here. Okay, so this is what it is. I want to edit something, right? I can just click on this. For example, I'll just clear. Okay, what I'll do is E1, I want to enter the name from Kareem to some other name. I'll just keep it, click here. You can see the name is coming. So let us say removing Kareem, I want to see KAR only. Okay, so I can just do it here and I can just update the record. Yes, Now you see here the record has been successfully updated, right? So if I want to delete something, okay, Raju, I want to delete this thing, click here, click on the delete, and you can delete the record and you can exit. So this is basically the payroll system that we are working on. Okay, fine. So this is the basic calculation where, see, basic loss focus. Whenever the basic loss focus happens, so it has to DA calculate, everything should be calculated and it should be displayed to the user. This is what it basically says here. Okay, so thank you. So this is done. So we'll move to the next case study here. Okay, so we'll quickly move to the another case study here. So case study number 5. Okay, inventory management system. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, inventory management system where you maintain the stocks basically, right? So what happens here is okay, so for the inventory management system, we'll go to the table here. The same thing. Okay, what we will do here is, so this is the basic inventory management system, how it looks like. Okay, so what I will quickly do here is, so in the file that I have given, right, in the working programs, so inventory, yes, so inventory has a table. Okay, so this is the table. Okay, the table name is INV that we have given. Okay, so what I'll do here is, I'll just create a table here. So where do I create the table here is, go to the SQL. See, okay, the table is created. So if you see here, what are the things are there in the inventory is, inventory table is product ID, product description, then quantity in hand, then you have a price, listing. We'll see what it is one by one. So okay, so we'll just, what I have to do here is, I'll just go to the Visual Studio 2008 version. So I will just open the project solution. Okay, so desktop we have a inventory system, right? So I'll just go and open the inventory system here. So if I go to the form design, here you can see this is the basically the form that is available. So what we are trying to do here is, see, product ID we are giving, product description, then what is the quantity in our hand, then how much is the price. Reorder level is, we want to, how much, if the product is getting lower, right, we want to reorder it. So cost and everything should be automatically calculated and we have to get the result. So I'll just do a double click on the form. So this, all these things are same. Okay, so we are not going to show all these things. So update, save value, update value, and all these things. So what we will quickly do here is, the very important thing here is, so whenever the total cost loss focus happens, so only this addition should happen. This is the only thing we are doing. Okay, so now, so here I'll just put it as a ORCL, the database name, then user ID is, what's the user ID? Yeah, Scott and a tiger here. Okay, so what I'll do here is, I'll just quickly run this program. So okay, anything you can enter here. So transaction ID I'll just enter as a P0001. Okay, product description. Okay, pen. How much quantity I have it in my hands? Already I have a 5 pens in my hand. Okay, so each pen, how much does it cost? So the price of each pen is 5 rupees. Reorder level in the sense, I want to order 10 more pens. So I put 10 here. Then I go to the total cost. So what happens, you see, total cost is automatically getting calculated. So what happens basically, so of each pen is 5 rupees. So I'm ordering for 10 pens. So 5 into 10, 50 rupees. And overall stock, how much I should have? Already I have 5 pens in my hand, quantity in hand. So 5 plus 10, what it happens, the total stock is 15. So we got exactly the value what we wanted. So we just quickly save this in the database. So you can see here, this is updated. Suppose I want to update some value in the sense, similar way, click here. So instead of pen, I have to write a pencil. So I'll just update the quantity here. Okay, this is done, right? This is updated. Okay, so we'll just clear for the clearing one. So we'll update one more product here, P0002. Okay, so let us say another product is what we have is a eraser. Quantity in my hands I have 10. So each eraser costs you how much? 3 rupees. Reorder level is I want to order 10 more erasers. So what's the total cost? So 3 into 10, 30. And how much the stock should be there when I click tab here? So lost focus from cost if I go 20. So 10 already I have. I'm going to order 10. So the total cost should be total product in my hand should be 20. So I'll just save it. So this is what it basically happens. Okay, so delete also works in the similar way. I want to delete something here, delete it. It's very easy, right? So I just exit the thing here. I hope this is this is very clear for you, right? Okay, so we'll move to the next case study here. This is also a very simple one, same as just as inventory. Okay, just little same thing what we have, purchase order. Okay, case study number 6, what we have is a purchase order here. Okay, so what we will do here is for the purchase order, okay, for the purchase order, so what I will do here is first I have to create a table. Okay, I'll just close all the tables here. Unnecessary, they are open. Yeah. Okay, so purchase order. So this is a table here, basically purchase order table. So what I'll do here is, okay, so I'll just go to the database and create the purchase. I'll just clear it. Now you see, we will see the name of the table is purchase. So if you see here, what is the thing? What is the order ID, name, order date? So all these things. So we'll just quickly move to the program. So we'll just open the Visual Studio 2008. We'll just open the project or solution here. So here what we are working on is purchase order, right? We'll open the purchase order system here. Okay, so let us open this. So I'll open the form here. So purchase order, when this is actually a purchase order, vendor name, order date, product name, rate, quantity, and all these things. So I just do a double click on this. So here also I have to update the database, basically ORCL. So user ID is Scott, sorry, Tiger. Okay, fine. So here the same thing, purchase is the name of the table. Okay, make sure you have this. So inserting the value for the save button here. Same thing, it is getting repeated. For update also, we can update only the product name here. Okay, where a product what purchase order, right? So accordingly we have to change it. Okay, so deleting and all this thing. So here today order date should be today's date. It has to set, and quantity, whenever it lost focus, what it has to do. So amount dot text is equal to rate into quantity. That is the only multiplication operation that is happening here. I'll just quickly run this program and show you how it works. So purchase order. So purchase order number is, let us say, P1. Okay, let us give it as a P1 here. So vendor name, let us give it as a let us yeah, Apsara. So Apsara pencils. Order date, if you just go, it should dynamically getting generated, right? Today's date. It has to set. Then product name. Okay. Pencil. Okay. Here the only calculation is rate. Rate of one pencil is 5 rupees, and I'm going to order the quantity 10. Then what should be the amount whenever I click the tab here? Only the calculation happens is 5 into 10, 50. That's all. So I'm just saving this value. So this is getting updated. In a similar way, let us put another one, P2. So vendor name, let us give him Natraj. Natraj. So order date is today date. Product name is, let us say, pen. Okay. Then quantity. Quantity is rate. How much is the rate? Each pen costs you like 8 rupees. So I'm going to order a 10 pens. Whenever I do a lost focus from here, what happens? 80. It's getting automatically calculated. Save. That's all. Okay. If I want to update something, click here. Instead of pen, I want to update it pens. Update it. Do you want to update? Yes, it is getting updated. So now it is changed as a okay. Update is done. Then delete operation. Okay. So I just click here. I want to delete something. Click here, delete. It is getting deleted. Okay. So this is what basically the operations that are happening here. Okay. So I hope this is very clear for you. So thank you all. So okay. So this is what the basic thing, how everything works. So we have studied all the case studies, right? Thank you all.